You can search for open slots in classrooms into the future in the Family Data and Accounting module by setting up schedules for children into the future. This requires that you'll go to the schedule button for each child. For example, Pugsley Adams here. I'll click his schedule button. He has a schedule, and it goes well into the future, goes into next year. When you run the schedule analysis reports in ProCare, go to the Reports menu, Standard Reports, and then under the Family Data section, you want the classroom schedule. The ones we'll look at today are the Schedule Summary Daily Graph. We have a 12-hour version and a 24-hour version of that. You also have the same information without the graph in either a daily or weekly format. So we'll look at the 12-hour and then the daily and the weekly. I'm going to pick a couple of classrooms here, set a date range for, say, next week. This will organize on the page by the scheduled classroom for the children in each of these rooms. So let's go ahead and run this. And we'll see the room over on the left, and then within the room, each child that's scheduled for that room, the total number of hours for all children and each child individually. And to the right, you see a graph, a graphical representation of the times that that child is scheduled in that room. You'll notice here that under the Wobblers room, we have several kids, and then we've got Randy Taylor. And Randy Taylor is scheduled in for the morning just for 1 hour in the Wobblers room. And then he has a break from 8:30 till 2:30. And the blank area here indicates this is the same child coming back in from 2:45 till 5:30. So Randy Taylor's got a split schedule, and that indicates that there. Same thing is true down here for Billy Boop in the next classroom. That's the graphical view report, either in 12-hour or 24-hour format. If you chose 24, this would go 6 a.m. to 6 a.m., and these lines would be shorter on the page. If you'd like to have just this information printed out, you can choose the other style of report, either the daily or the weekly summary. Let's run the daily first. We'll choose these 3 rooms again. The same date range, pick next week, but you can set this date range to any date you'd like, as far out into the future as your schedules are set for children. We'll run that, and this is a little cleaner report, doesn't have the graph, so it just shows you the room, their actual in and out times as they're scheduled, and the total number of hours. Rather than the graph, you'll just see the scheduled in and out times right here. That's the daily view. And then if we run the weekly view for the same rooms and the same date range, we'll go ahead and run that. And you'll see on a page a week at a time with the individual in and out times listed there. Sometimes this is easier to look at right away. You could spot an opening right here, that there is an opening in this classroom on Tuesday and Thursday all day. There is a child that does not come on Tuesday and Thursday for that classroom. So you do have an opening there. And that's how to look for classroom slots that are open using the schedule summary reports in ProCare.